My dad put on Blazing Saddles, and he was right.
That it's bad?
My dad
The
was like,
only thing I remember from that movie is the N-word. That's the only thing I remember from Blazing Saddles. That part's still very funny.
They got some great
Do
punchlines
you
with the N-word.
realize that the new sheriff
Is dong.
Yeah.
The funniest part, funniest N-word is when
that joke should be in every movie. Every movie should have that scene in it.
Where the funniest part is when after he beats Mongo with the candygram, and the old lady comes by with the pie, and she goes, "Sorry about that whole uppity thing," and he goes, "Oh, it's okay, miss." And then there's a beat, and she comes back, and she goes, "You'll have the decency.
It's crazy.
You'll have the decency not to tell anybody."
The audacity of those comedy writers in the
Mel
70s.
Brooks.
That was Richard Pryor.
Those comedy writers in the 1970s, just 10 years after
all Jewish
the civil
guys.
rights movement, to be like, yeah, it's okay to say this stuff. Man.
Yeah,
Just
we
10
marched
years
with
after, and
Dr.
it's
King.
fucking,
Well, they wrote.
there's barely been any time they're like, yep, nope, society's fixed. Time to just blast
It was Pryor.
the N-word.
It was Pryor and Mel Brooks wrote that movie.
There's a lot of stuff there's like N-words in from the 70s.
A lot of 80s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy shit.
Yeah.
Where they were just like, yeah, we can throw it around.
Yeah.
48
Remember
hours.
the SNL Robert Goulet sketch?
Oh, yeah. He
Farrell
said it.
just drops it
in
heavy.
front of Jay-Z, Benny Siegel, and Memphis Bleak.
Yeah, he was doing the thong song as Robert Goulet.
And he,
very funny.
And he like lays into it.
Yeah, not too long ago.
I mean, 90s.
Yeah,
Late 90s.
Yeah. And it's crazy
But
that
the way he
people
says the word is he
it's crazy
shouts
that there
it.
wasn't like pushback against taking it away from comedians. The way that, like now it's like the like comics will get very upset. They'll be like, "Oh, this is PC culture. This is cancel culture. That's like not letting me do the same joke about like, oh, what are your pronouns?" Like that's the hill everybody wants to die on. Where it seems to me taking the N-word away from us, that that would have been the line for me.
From
like
cold dead
let's put it
hands.
this way: if we had if we had it. Let's say we already got it as comedians. We got it.
What would you trade for it?
Well, I know that we gave that one up without a fight. That we were just out here, just being like, "Hey, Robin Williams is like, what's this thing?" Yeah, he's like that fucking genie from Aladdin.
He's just the genie just peppering.
It's funny. It's funny. And
that movie would have been a wild ride
somehow
if that blue guy would have
and it
came
got
out and
taken away from us. And by us, I don't mean white guys. I mean comedians.
Sure.
It got taken away from us, and without a fight. And now suddenly everybody's, oh, you can't say this anymore. You can't say that. And it's like, well, the stuff you're saying sucks.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
No.
The N-word is hilarious.
When used properly, as proven by Def Jam comedians.
Yes. I mean, I would say it's
And Robert Goulet.
And Robert Goulet shouted.
Wild that he shouted it.
If you're, well,
Shouted.
it could be like this is sort of maybe a Schrodinger's cat sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, would it be so funny if you could?
Probably not.
Yeah.
It's the forbidden fruit.
You know when you go on vacation with your friends, you have a weekend, you're at a beach house, and maybe it's like 16 hours go by,
Sure.
and then somebody just goes in the. Somebody gets like, there's like maybe they have Maxwell House,
Sure.
like in the rental. You know, that's like the coffee they have there. And you're like, what the hell is this? Boop, coffee. And everyone dies. They're like,
beach
come
house.
on.
Come on. You can't.
I know. And then
Come on,
and
we're
then
in
they saw it, and then they go-
Delaware.
and then say maybe hour 27, it's fucking just flying. It's just going.
It's
it
just
is
dripping off the
all
wall.
the time.
It
And then
is
it's
dripping off the
right.
walls.
And then it's
Well, then you got to tighten your belt.
day 3 or 4 of yeah, you got to tighten your belt because you're like, oh, we've been saying. I feel like I've said the N-word way too much.
You're
I feel
hungover.
bad
I
about
feel
it.
like, but we still have like not. It's like there's like still too many Entenmann's left.
Yeah.
you know, and you're like, do I gotta? I
And then
I
what
guess I'll
happens
eat
is-
it for breakfast. I gotta have a donut for
But
breakfast.
you take a break.
You know, like
But then you take a break, and
man.
you're having coffee the next
Yeah,
morning.
yeah,
And
right.
someone goes, "Oh, you got a cup of that
Yeah,
coffee."
right.
And
No,
they
it's
go,
on the drive back. You've checked out of the Airbnb and you're like, wow, that place was great. And you're like leaving the review for the host and you're like, what if I just called him this? You know, and then you're like, and everyone's like, I fucking said it
Or
again.
you're returning the car.
Yeah, right.
And you go, I can say
Yeah.
it's full up. Boop.
Yeah,
And you go,
right.
Oh, man,
Well,
you're
yeah,
nuts.
you go, hey, what if instead of budget rent a car, it's called boop, rent a car? And then that's just
What if
one-
instead of Target,
Yeah.
it was called Boop?
yeah.
You're going nuts.
Yeah, right.
You're going fucking nuts.
Yeah, right. And then it comes back, and then so maybe
And then what happens is
hour 7.
you left one
drive
in
home.
your suitcase.
Yeah, right.
And you're having a nice dinner with your fiance,
Mm-hmm.
and you go, "Oh, you know what he said? He said, what if it wasn't Target? What if it was Boop?"
Yeah,
and
she's
she
like,
she doesn't
"What are you-"
laugh.
She's
Yeah.
like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, we were at the beach.
Sorry.
It was Dewey Beach.
We were at the beach for a weekend.
And it was Folgers.
We got a little carried away.
It was Maxwell House.
It was Maxwell. It started off at the Maxwell House. Look, I would never say that. I would never say that.
I love that your cousin married.
Yeah,
no,
dude, that guy's awesome. That guy's so cool. And
it's awesome.
Yeah, there's not.
But then, like, to act like
no, it was funny because it's obvious because he wouldn't say that.
Why would he say that?
Because Mike wouldn't say that about them.
But it's funny that he said it.
It's funny because he's talking about coffee. Whatever. I'm not gonna.
You know
fucking, what? I shouldn't even have fucking told you.
I'm gonna go fucking eat in the guest room.
Yeah.
I could have cheated.
The only thing we have
you.
in common is your pussy. I'm sorry I said that.
I'm sorry I said that. You know what? I gotta go. I'm gonna go get a coffee. No.
But yeah, you know that's how it is.
Yeah, that's exactly how it
And back in the 70s, it was like that, except on
in a writer's room.
On TV. Exactly.
A writer
on TV.
They'd go like, guys.
Yeah,
you got off track.
And on every
This
show,
is Sesame Street.
Like you'd be watching like General Hospital.
Yeah, and they go, whoa.
Yeah.
You didn't need to call him that.
Yeah, he's like picking up the syringe. He's like, what's this filled with? Boop. Yeah. He's like, hey, can I get
show.
2 GGs? I need 50 GGs of grape soda for
And he
the.
goes, oh my God, doctor. Doctor, you can't say that.
He's like, I'm just kidding. The civil
What is
rights
this,
movement happened 10
what
years
is this
ago.
future?
Of course, I'm not serious.
Yeah.
Remember the civil rights movement?
My socks are still wet from those fire
I meant it
hoses.
6 years prior to this.
Yeah.
But then I grew my hair out slightly. And now
I wouldn't say it around.
I
wouldn't say it around Jim Brown.
of course, I'm not racist. I have sideburns.
Yeah. Look at me. I don't have a full beard.
It's 1973. How could I possibly be racist?
I had
Stop it. I have
undetected
gay
sex.
I have gay sex with my neighbor. I couldn't be racist. I'm not a Nazi.
Yeah.
Garfield.
But to some
70s,
extent, it being on TV makes the beach house less special. You know what I mean? The beach house is the one place you can while out. If it's on TV, then it's like less.
Well,
you're
hold
saying
on,
like
hold on.
dessert. You're saying the same argument of
what
like
I'm
dessert
saying
for
is
breakfast.
like, yeah. The beach house
is a dessert.
it creates a sanctity of the beach house. You know, if it's just all willy nilly, you know, Jewish comedians are saying it on television. It's less special.
How many do you think Jewish comedians were like, yeah, but I'm Jewish. Let me get that.
That is the worst one that they could do.
Let me get
That
that.
is the worst one.
No, give me a
That's
couple
always
more.
a losing. That's just like
No,
yeah,
let me
we're
get that one.
black. Yeah, but
Oh, stop it.
but we're black.
I think they should start saying it over in Israel. I think if that, like, honestly, like, they've tried everything PR-wise, and they're just losing bad.
Yeah.
Every time.
If Netanyahu was like, what's up, boob? What's up? All y'all, boob, about to find out. All these guys are boob. Like, just soft A.
Whoa.
Soft
Whoa.
A.
And what
Yeah,
they're
like from
If
the
they were
streets.
just doing that, then it would be an entirely different argument, because then you would lose a Western audience, because then they wouldn't be talking about the genocide. They'd be blinded by, he's using the N-word.
Yeah, he's like, yo, all these Rafas.
And then they can
all
kill-
these boop
Yeah,
and
right.
Rafas.
Yeah, right, exactly.
What, they're going to stay intense?
Yeah. And then-
How many boop
And
you
his
know they'll
style's
live?
outdated too. He's
Yeah.
wearing like Rockaware and Avirex.
Big
Just Mark
t-shirts.
Echo stuff.
Big
South
giant
Pole.
Yeah, right.
t-shirts
Guess
and chains.
jeans. And you know,
Yes. He's just got a
yeah,
side hat.
yeah, no, he's got the sweatband, the, like the Nelly sweatband.
Oh, just fat watches.
Yeah, baby G-Shock on. Fucking, yeah.
They go, a ceasefire has been
Yeah.
called for because these boop, they don't want to see us go to the
Right.
streets.
No, it would confuse people so much
Yeah.
they wouldn't know.
Uh-huh.
I
What
think you just solved it.
I know.
That would be a real Hail
for
Mary.
them. It wouldn't solve anything. There'd still be a genocide happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Children would still be being murdered.